Since the pandemic hit, many of us are spending a lot more time at home, and a lot of my clients have been asking me for some tips on how to shed those extra pounds that are piling on because we're spending more time at home and snacking and maybe sometimes eating the wrong foods. What if I were to tell you that I have a weight loss plan for you that can sustain you for your entire life? It's called mindful eating. And today I'd like to share 3 mindful eating tips that will help you get started to lose weight and really sustain that weight loss and have a healthy eating plan for life. And it all starts here with the way we think. This is the Coach That Cares, Laura Graziano, and creator of Personal Best Coaching and programs to help you be the best you. So let's get started. Number 1, when we think about our food, we really have to think about how we relate to our food, and it all starts with our minds and our bodies. How do we think about our body? How do you relate to your body? When we give ourselves junk foods and foods that we know are not good for us, are we really respecting our body? If we really take the time to think about what our body does for us, when we eat healthy foods and nourish ourselves, we make our bodies stronger and healthier, and that body, we view it as our temple. It's our divine temple, our God-given temple, and look at all it does for us. It takes us to the places we want to go when we want to exercise and enjoy life and spend time hiking and doing the things we love to do. Our bodies are there for us. So if we start to respect them and view that as our sacred temple, when we go to give ourselves junk food, it doesn't feel right, because just like if you were going into your church or temple, you wouldn't do anything to desecrate it. So in the same way, you wouldn't do anything to hurt your body, because this is your temple and you want to care for it as best you can, your sacred temple. I have a little trick with that too, in how it can help you to make healthier food choices that I've helped some of my clients with this in their thinkings. If you think of yourself, either some of us are mothers, if you remember when you were pregnant with your child, you changed the way you ate, the things that you selected to eat, because you weren't just eating for yourself. You were eating for this baby that was growing inside of you. And once your child is born and they're an infant or a young child, you do everything you can to give that baby nourishing good food so that the child grows strong and healthy. So if we start to change that thinking within ourselves and think of ourselves as that growing child, think of what you would give to that child, and then make your food decisions based on that. Select the vibrant, healthy fruits and vegetables, lean meats, and healthy fats, all the good stuff, healthy grains. So that's a little trick for you to respect your body, look at it as your divine temple, and what you put into it. Treat yourself as a child getting nourishment. Number 2, think outside the box with your food choices. Have a little fun with food. You know, sometimes we get into a rut with our breakfast. We eat the same thing for breakfast every day. We have oatmeal, or we have eggs, or our favorite cold cereal. We're on the run. I challenge you to get a little creative. You know, sometimes I eat yams for breakfast, and I mash them with cinnamon on top. It's really delicious. Get a little creative with your food. You can also add healthy ingredients to things when you're making a tomato sauce. Grate a little carrot and throw it in for some hidden nutrients. And you get the idea, and you can have some fun with this. Put beans in salsa and things to just add that little extra bit of nutrients. So get creative, think outside the box with your food. And number 3, think about really when you're eating, savor your food and think about how it's nourishing your body. I'd like to have a little example here. This is a little test for you too. If you have a grape tomato or something small that you can just put in your mouth so you can start to learn how to really savor your food. When you start chewing it, just close your eyes for a moment and really focus on the bursting of flavor that comes into your mouth, the juiciness, the texture of your food, and how good it tastes, just that small little morsel. Let it sit there for a moment and truly savor everything that little grape tomato has to offer you. And then when you swallow it, picture how your food is nourishing your whole body, how it's feeding every cell in your body to make you healthier and stronger. Some other tips with savoring your food is try not to eat on the run. Take your time to eat slowly. There have been numerous studies that people who eat fast put on much more weight because they wind up eating more. When you eat slowly and chew your food well, you digest better, you get more nutrients from your food because it's easier for your stomach to digest and absorbed through, and your nutrients are absorbed through your intestines much easier when your food is chewed well. And also, you will eat less. So these are all the benefits of savoring your food, and really think about how it's enriching and nourishing your body. And try to relax after a meal if you can. You know, even if you're at work or in a little time bind, try to give yourself a few minutes after you finish eating just to take a few deep breaths and relax and let yourself digest. I kind of compare it to, you know, when you were a kid and you wanted to go back in the pool after you had lunch, and your mom would make you wait 20 minutes until after you digest. And some of this, you know, has some truth to it because our body, all of the blood flow goes to our stomachs and intestines as we digest. So we need to relax a little bit and let our body do what it's meant to do. So savor your food, think about how you eat slowly, and allow your food to nourish you. Relax and picture it nourishing all the cells in your body. And so some of these changes, I hope they're little thinking skills that can change how you relate to food and think about food, think about your body. And honestly, these can be revolutionary in your life to create a sustained, healthy eating plan that can have you get the pounds off and keep them off. And many times, you know, we might fall off the wagon and eat those foods that we shouldn't and have the ice cream, and we're all allowed a little bit of indulgence here and there. And when that happens, you have a sustained weight loss plan that you can come back to. Your mindful eating plan is always here for you. And you can come back to that, jump right back on the horse. And this is what I do all the time. If I put on a couple pounds, as I have too in this pandemic, I know I can come back to this mindful eating plan, and it always works for me, and it can work for you too. So looking forward to seeing less of you next time. Look for more mindful moments from the coach that cares. And if this message appeals to you, I ask you to please subscribe to my channel and like this video. See you next time.